各位觀眾，又係大中華攝影學會呈獻照片天下嘅節目。今日咧，我哋請嚟嘅嘉賓咧係由英國遠道而嚟嘅 Susan Bullock 小姐。咁 Susan 咧，佢影咗一輯咧好特別嘅照片。咁而咧，佢嘅照片咧，亦都喺一個影室裏邊去製作出嚟嘅。而呢個影室咧就好似大中華攝影學會咁樣，用嗰個歷史嘅古蹟復修而成嘅一個影室嚟嘅。Susan, hello.
Hello.
Would you mind to tell us about the studio you are using in UK?
Yeah, okay. 2 days ago, I was taken by Joseph to see the new building that's going to be absolutely wonderful. It reminded me of my studio when I first saw it. Very old, very dusty, but it's amazing what can be done with some thought and vision to create space for people to work in, to do exactly what they want to do, not as a job, what they're told to do. It's just a wonderful space, and that's how I feel about my studio, that it's very much my space to express myself.
That means UK did the same thing as Hong Kong. We make the restoration for the heritage.
Absolutely. All over the world, probably, hopefully. Yeah.
Let's take a look of Susan's studio. This studio, Susan pay a rent of about £100 a month.
Yes.
Very cheap in
Very,
UK.
very cheap, very cheap, yes.
This old building used to be making the hops, is it?
Drying hops. Which
Drying
makes
hops for the beers. Huh?
Yeah, that's right, yes. So it's very flat floors. The windows all along this side here, for photography, they're just wonderful because halfway along they open up completely on 2 floors.
Mm-hmm.
So the light just
Being controlled.
just floods in, and then on the top floor there's skylights as well, so there's lights from above. So if you don't want to be using lights, the daylight is just wonderful. The opportunities to just use whatever light you want, it's just wonderful.
You make this studio and you make a set of photographs.
Yes.
And this set of photographs, the story is quite extraordinary. When I first heard it, just like a ghost story, is it?
Yes, yes. Yes, it's very personal. They're very, very personal pictures.
And I know your parents died.
Yes, and my brother.
And your brothers
yes,
too.
in quite a short, just one brother, in quite a short space of time.
And you love them so much.
Yes.
You are always thinking of them.
Yes. They made me cry. Yes.
And then, so you make a story.
Yes. So.
How's the story?
Right. At the time, I was quite sad, and I didn't want to be photographing people. I used to do quite a lot of portrait work.
Yes.
Usually always mothers and babies. That's how I earned some money. But I just didn't want to be doing that. I didn't feel I was in the right mood to be doing that kind of work. You need to be very, very happy. And so I started doing this, and it just developed. And just went
step
on
by
and
step,
on. Yeah, and it started one way, and I'd do a bit there, then something else would happen, and I'd go off another way. But all the time I was wanting to do the associateship, and it had to be 15 pieces of work that matched. So it took quite a long time because I kept going different ways.
或者我為我哋嘅觀眾解釋下 ，Susan 第一次創作呢輯照片嘅時候咧，係愛嚟考皇家會嘅會士銜嘅。咁咧，佢舊年好成功，就考到個會士銜，亦都聽到評判嘅意見咧話，佢可以將呢一輯照片咧，再加一啲新嘅元素、新嘅意念落去咧，就愛嚟投考呢一個 fellowship 嘅。咁佢呢輯照片咧就好特別嘅。 佢爸爸媽媽啦，佢哥哥啦，好突然間咁死咗。咁咧佢好思念佢哋。咁以前咧，佢主要咧就係拍一啲好歡樂嘅嘢嘅，就係媽媽同埋啲 BB 仔嘅。因為哥哥爸爸媽媽嘅死去咧，就使到佢咧唔願意再拍照。但係咧，終於有一日咧，佢就用另一個概念，佢喺室內度拍攝，佢用椅用一張凳去代替人。So can you tell us more about your idea?
Yeah.
As far as I know, you use the chair to resemble people.
Yes.
Why?
Because I suppose over the time I couldn't control what was happening in my life. So, but this I can control. I can put these, I can make them do what I want them to do. And that was important at that time because when things happen and you can't control them, it's a horrible feeling. And I felt just this small way I could control this. Also, the floors I like to make. This is a painted floor.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy painting, I enjoy patterns. And I think also this kind of pattern, it gives it a depth. There's a depth, the picture goes back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This kind of painting given the depth.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. This is a multiple exposure. So it's as if the coat has been there and taken off, put back on maybe, as if somebody's there, but they're not there. There's just a feeling of a person being there.
One more thing, we can see colors on
Yes.
this black and white print.
Yeah.
Why?
Probably because they're clothes, I feel that they should have some colour, I suppose.
Mm. As far as I know, on your developing the print,
Yes.
then you put it to another chemicals
Yes, that's right, yeah.
to make the sepia coming out.
That's right. I still use film.
The sepia is the brown, huh?
The brown, yes, yeah. I still use film. I use a large format camera. So my negatives are 5 by 4 inches, quite large negatives. So when I'm taking my photographs, I have a black cloth over my head and I get a really big image so that I can clearly see where I want to move things around. My exposures usually maybe 3-4 seconds long. And sometimes, some of the multiple exposures I might do 3 or 4 exposures.
Yes.
Some quick exposures, say with a flash, I do a very quick exposure. With daylight, then I might do 3 or 4 seconds. So there's quite a lot of running around turning lights off just while the photograph's being taken.
So, you don't use human being,
No.
but still you want to show movements.
Yes, the feeling that somebody is there. Yeah, I don't want to do, although I call them, I would say they were still life, large still life. I don't want them still. I want movements, some energy in the pictures.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.